If you're an older man, and you've spent decades building a life, loving a woman, sacrificing quietly, and showing up through every storm, then this message is for you. There comes a point in life when peace becomes more important than passion, and emotional clarity becomes more valuable than confusion masked as love. Carl Jung believed that in the second half of life, a man must turn inward to listen to the soul, to protect his dignity, and to shed anything that poisons the psyche. And sometimes, that poison comes from the very person sleeping beside you. If your wife, the woman you trusted, loved, and aged with, begins to say things that shake your sense of self, that drown your worth, that make you question your very being, you must not dismiss them as mere moods or passing bitterness. Because certain words spoken often with intent can fracture the very foundation of your soul. If she says, "You're useless now," or "You're just a burden," understand that these are not just insults, they are wounds that don't heal easily. No man who gave his youth to a family deserves to be discarded in his old age like a forgotten tool. If she mocks your health, your slowing pace, your memory, she is not seeing the man who endured, who worked, who protected. She is seeing her own fear of aging, her own anger, and she is projecting it onto you. If she says, "You never did enough for me," after years or decades of you being the silent provider, the emotional anchor, the one who stayed even when life pulled you apart, then know this: you are not hearing truth. You are hearing revision. A rewriting of history designed to take power from you. Jung taught us that in older age, a man must reclaim his inner authority, the quiet power that says, "I matter. My peace matters. My soul is not a garbage bin for someone else's pain." And if she starts to say things like, "No one else would ever want you," that is not love, it is emotional imprisonment. It's manipulation dressed as permanence. The truth is, whether you are 60, 70, or 80, you still have value, dignity, wisdom, and the right to be spoken to with kindness. You're not too old to leave pain behind. You're not too weak to demand respect. And you're certainly not here to finish your life in silence, wrapped in invisible wounds. And the most dangerous thing she can say, "You're nothing without me." That phrase is a mirror of control. It means she sees your identity not as your own, but as something she owns. But Carl Jung would argue the opposite, that the second half of life is about individuation, becoming who you really are, separate from others' shadows. So if these words have become common in your home, if your days feel like walking on broken glass, then this is your wake-up call. This is your sign. You are not too old to choose peace. You are not too far gone to begin again, even if beginning again simply means living alone, in quiet dignity, surrounded by things that don't hurt you. Love should never feel like erosion. Respect should never feel like a memory. If she says these things to you, don't argue. Don't beg. Don't justify. Just walk slowly, surely, and with your head held high. Because no man deserves to grow old in the presence of someone who makes him feel small. You've lived too much, lost too much, and learned too much to forget your worth now. Ask ChatGPT.